Oh, I miss you. Your video of you and Kat and dancing in the kitchen was awesome. Just until people get in to the chat a little bit, I wanted to actually go for some crystals, so it's kind of cool that you're the one here. Some really awesome crystals for the new moon in Taurus. I have some green onyx. This is a really cool piece too. This would be a really nice crystal to utilize. Basically anything green, anything like earthy, Taurus-y would be really great. This is a bloodstone. You know I love that bloodstone. Yeah. And then I also been carrying with me a lot lately rose quartz. Rose quartz has been super helpful just to kind of like, oh, hey, baby. Just to kind of help with that self-care and that, you know, earthy Taurus energy. And for some reason I couldn't find like the ultimate, we have a bunch of it, but the ultimate crystal right now for the full moon in Taurus would be for sure emerald. Emerald is like my favorite Taurus energy crystal. It's like the love stone. It's juicy, it's delicious, and has all that like divine earthy energy. Cool. So today I just kind of wanted to go over the energy of the new moon in Taurus, which is happening tonight at 10:26 p.m. So she'll be out there, sort of. And Pluto is going retrograde on April 25th. So that energy, Pluto's a small planet and he's very far away, but he's a very slow planet. So April 25th is definitely close enough to be starting to affect us this week. Obviously now. The Pluto retrograde is going to be really interesting in the collective scale. I'm definitely going to be doing more on that retrograde in another live on that one as we get there. And then, as you guys know, as I've already talked about, Venus is going retrograde on May 13th in Gemini. So that's also affecting this new moon. And there are a couple transits that are happening that are going to be pretty major towards this new moon. The sun and the moon are both together squaring Saturn, and they're conjuncting Uranus. So, this is big energy, guys. It really is. And I mean, I know that we're all feeling it because it's that big that, you know, you can't escape it, even if you're not somebody who studies astrology or does anything metaphysical. You're being faced with the changes now. So that's, you know, a major thing because the collective is definitely being pushed to wake up, right? Where this new moon in Taurus is a breather. It is a moment where this energy isn't going to feel so out there. Because we have a lot of energy coming up that's going to be really dreamy and really floaty. And while that can be really lovely, we aren't going to be getting a lot of grounding coming up. So definitely utilize this new moon tonight to really harness that Taurus energy and ground yourself and love on yourself and really get focused and set yourself in the direction that you really want to be going in. This is your only window, really, coming up for the rest of the year, really, astrologically. This is your only window now to set things straight. You know, we entered a pretty major doorway. And the choices now are going to start becoming less and less tangible. So we have a lot of opportunity, and then we entered the new world, right? So things are new, everything's different, and having this fixed energy is the only moment where we will have this fixed energy, this ability to make the decision and do it the way we need to, and right now, because this is it. You know, if you're in a situation right now where it doesn't feel good and it doesn't feel like your truest, most wildest dreams are coming true, then there's something really major wrong. Hey Tiff, thanks for joining us. There's definitely, you know, a challenge. Everybody's facing challenges. You know, we all have stuff to let go of, and we're all facing challenges in different ways right now, together, which is for the first time in a very long time, the world is being asked to unite and to come together, and it's going to take us a lot of reworking, a lot of re-understanding in order to get to a good place. But that's why we have to use this energy right now, this new moon, to slow it down. Really listen to your heart. You know, your relationships should feel abundant. Your life should feel abundant, and I don't necessarily mean bank accounts, because let's be real, we're all freaking out right now. So, you know, we're definitely going through a collective financial shift, right? That has definitely been a really interesting thing to watch, and that's our relationship as a collective with money is really going to be tested as Venus goes retrograde in Gemini, because money is going to be tight. It's going to continue to be tight for a while. I just want you guys to be prepared for that. I want you to know that money is not an energy that is easy to flow right now. And that's not a permanent thing, so don't freak out, don't be afraid, and you can work with it. You can work with it by moving as slow as the money flow and trusting that even though it's a trickle, it's coming. You know, we're breaking down those old habits and those old patterns of our relationships with money as a collective. So I think it'll be really interesting to see where things end up. Yeah, it's gonna get wild, guys. I mean, you know, I'm gonna be honest. This is the rest of 2020 into 2021 is a wild ride astrologically. So I just really want us to use this new moon to pamper ourselves and love on ourselves, because this might be the only moment we get to slow down this way, because it's gonna slingshot out of here. So this new moon, you know, it's really asking us, what do you want to put your energy towards the rest of this year? What do you want the rest of your year to look like? You know, right now is, sorry, there's a large truck going by. Right now is the time to be asking yourself that. It's definitely like a huge value reset, right? So we're recollecting what our values are, which is the Taurus energy. So Taurus energy asks us, you know, what makes you feel stable? What makes you feel good and loved and peaceful and cozy? Those are the things that you want to be focusing on right now. Because those things might not be around in the same way later on, right? Or we might not be able to utilize them in the same way later on. And the moon this is a really great placement, this new moon in Taurus, and I've been really excited about this energy for a while now because I just think it's some very serious grounding that we've all been really needing, connecting back to Mother Earth. And what a great way to celebrate the new moon by celebrating it on Earth Day. That's pretty magical right there. And the moon is exalted in Taurus, meaning she is really happy here. So, the moon's ruled by Cancer and the sign of Taurus together are just like a pillowy, crying session of love and wetness. And flowers, romance. So this can be a really romantic new moon, sorry. But this is the window of opportunity that if to utilize that romance and project it into the future, to really create the type of romance that comes in and out of your life. I think something that would be really beneficial throughout this whole time would be to really make lists, something tangible, something earthly that you can feel and touch and move. Lists of things that actually make you happy, genuinely 100% make you happy. And you don't have to think too hard about it. It can be like flowers and bumblebees and nutritional yeast. Those are the things that make me happy. Sorry. I'm checking out my notes. There's a lot of them. It's wild. Every time I go to meditate about this energy, it's just been a crazy time. I do want to mention too that the Venus retrograde on May 13th, she's in shadow right now. This is really not a good time to make any hardcore major investments. Don't, obviously buying small things and doing something that you have to do are things that you should be doing. However, now is not the time to on a whim buy a new car. Please, for the love of God, don't do that. Or you're just gonna have a really strange Gemini backwards relationship with that thing, right? It'll be very weird. So just try to remain, try to use what you have now. Because the universe has set us up into these positions where it's giving us exactly what we need right now in this moment. Not what we need for tomorrow, not what we need for potential things we want to purchase or travel to. No. We're only focusing on this very moment right now. This is all that exists. So you have to, coming up through this next, the rest of the year, honestly, you have to try to live in the now. What is making you happy right now? What would make you feel good right now? Because otherwise, we're not going to get a lot of time to focus on the right now coming up. Of course. Cool. So I'm going to pull up some cards now, and if anybody has any questions or anything that they, want to ask the tarot, you can just let me know. And I will answer them. I'm using the Wonderland Tarot. It's super cute, and I thought it was really perfect for this crazy energy we're going through. We have definitely entered the rabbit hole, man. This is wild. It's never in my existence would I have imagined I'd see a major collective shift as big as this one. This is a fascinating time to be alive. That's for sure. So yeah, I'm using the Wonderland Tarot. It's an awesome, cute little deck. Comes in a little tin. And I'm also going to use the White Witch Oracle deck. These are all just major arcanas. They're beautiful. They have gold rims on them. I actually found this deck at Barnes & Noble. So This is a great little oracle deck if you ever, wanted to get really familiar with the major arcana. I think that's a beautiful deck. Cool. So I'm just gonna shuffle a little bit. We'll see what Spirit has to say about the new moon in Taurus for the collective. All right, so the High Priestess is the one that popped out. We have Alice as the High Priestess in the image, which definitely makes me feel like that's the energy that we want to be taking on, is the High Priestess energy. We want to be sound and stern and confident moving forward, because if we don't know what we want, and if we enter into this next energy just with like willy-nilly winging it energy, you might fumble a lot. It's important to really just like cut and dry, which can be really hard for a lot of energies and a lot of people. Going. See what we got. Oh, cute. We have the 5 of Oysters. So the 5 of Pentacles. That's a really cool one. I like that illustration a lot. I had to show it to you extra long because it's pretty. King of Hats. So the King of Cups. And the Hanged Man. Cool. We have to change our perspectives collectively as a whole, where, things are totally going upside down. So in order to move forward and to navigate this new energy, you have to work within your highest good. The place inside of you that tells you that's not good for you. That place that we so often ignore when we're giving in to vices and whatever. So, living within your highest good is just going to help you shift into this next dimension, into this next way of seeing and way of existing. And it's not the people that can remain open-minded and grounded and settled through this whole thing are the people that are going to come out of this on top, and maybe even further ahead than they were when they went into it. I definitely the energy has been wild. I feel like the whole thing I feel like I've been calling the virus the sea void, because I feel like we entered a void and we're just living in that void right now, trying to come out the other side. So, this place is a very weird place right now, and the veil is very thin. Magically, a lot of the spiritual community has been talking about how thin the veil is right now. Animals are crossing over in significant amounts, which has been really weird to see. Especially pets. A lot of pets getting sick and passing on, and so please protect your animals and keep your pets safe, because the veil is very thin right now and crossing over is very easy. And vice versa, that means things can come our way a little bit easier too. So please protect yourselves, protect your loved ones. We're shifting, we're turning, you know, and we don't want to be looking at the past and wishing things were the way that they were back then, because back then exists no longer. Oh my God, Tiff, I'm so sorry. I'm sending you all my love. It's been wild. My sister and my mom both lost their little doggies this week as well. And my heart has just been like, I'm sorry. Now I'm gonna cry on live Instagram. Oh my God, okay, good. Whew, like I said, it's been crazy. Through anesthesia. So did he make it out of his surgery okay? Is he okay? Give that a little bit of time. I am gonna pull a white witch as well. Okay. Okay, good. I'm so glad he's okay. Yeah, give him time. It's a weird energy he's definitely gonna need. Oh my goodness, the animals. It's not fair, man. Pets should live forever, right? So I'm just gonna draw a card out of the White Witch Tarot. When I use oracle cards, I like to ask for a medicine energy, so an energy that would be good to utilize to make this whole thing work better. The Empress. Again, I keep getting the Empress in my readings. We really just have to harness this Empress energy, this goddess energy, Venus, the sun is in Taurus and the moon is in Taurus and Uranus is there, and it is time for us to live within our divine feminine power. It's the only way for us to make it through this whole wild time and come out on top, is by sitting in our divine selves and loving our divine selves. This is crazy. I don't know if you guys can hear the kids outside playing, but to be completely honest, it's really nice to hear kids playing outside, right? It's been like so desolate. Well, don't have any questions from the last two of you. Thank you guys for sticking it out. Cool. Well, thanks guys for watching, and I definitely want to do lives where maybe I gotta find the right time. Of course, I'm sure you're probably right there in the vibe, girlfriend. I really want to keep doing lives where people can ask me questions and, do all that. So I gotta find the right time, because I'm over here and it's like beautiful and friggin' sunny outside. But by the time it's like evening for me, it's like way too late for you guys. So I gotta find a time that works out. We'll keep doing it, winging it until we get the right way, right? Thank you guys for joining me, and you know, if you'd like to book a reading or anything, I am doing trades right now. Oh my god. Oh, thank you. 6 is good. Okay, good. Yeah. Maybe I'll keep doing 6. I feel like it's like I couldn't tell if that was like right after work, people would want to be watching something, or, you know, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I like being able to talk to you guys and do this live, because then it can just like word vomit out of me. I'm a Gemini rising, so Mercury ruled, and word vomit's the way I communicate. Cool. I'll see you guys soon, and you just let me know if you need anything at all. I love you guys.